Hi, Coach Steph here. So glad you've joined me. Today we're going to be I'm going to be sharing with you about 7 steps to become a better friend. You're going to want these steps. So before we get started, remember to subscribe, like, and you can always find me at stephkelsey.com. Okay, let's go. Okay, step number 1 on becoming a better friend is to be the friend that you want. So it's easy to think about, well, I want a friend to be for me, but do I think of that in the terms of let me be that to the other person? You might want your friends to show up on time when they say they're gonna show up. It could be simple, practical things like that, or it could be something a bit deeper, like I want friends to be vulnerable with me and share with me. Well, are you being vulnerable? Are you sharing with them? So think through, like, what to you makes a really awesome friend, and then be the friend that you want. Okay, so number 2, too many friends. This might sound funny in becoming a better friend, but you may be focusing on too many friends at once. Think of your friendships as like a core group of friends and spend the most time there. It's okay. I honestly think I probably have over 100 people that would respond if I was in the hospital and they wanted to help, bring meals or things like that. It's great to have a lot of friends. But as far as those friends you're really putting your energy and your time into, try to think of those core people and really spend the most of your time loving and encouraging them. If you are too thin, maybe in your friendship, meaning you're trying to meet needs of lots of different people, you can't go very deep with some of your closer friends. So just finding that space where you're not focusing on too many friends at once, even though, of course, we want you to be loving and kind to everybody. So next point, or point number 3, is text, phone calls, that kind of thing. Returning them. Like if somebody sends you a text or a call and not waiting forever, it kind of makes me feel like, what's going on? Where are they? I don't know, maybe you can relate with that or you feel that way too, and maybe you're someone who doesn't like to respond for a long time. Take that time to really recognize how the other person might feel and make a priority, again, not to every single person, but to that core friendships that you have. You want to make effort in that. And another thought around texting and calling is that, let's say that you need to talk about something more serious with that friend. Just something that's a bigger deal. Maybe it's a confrontation. Maybe just a big life thing has happened in their life. Really purpose to not make that a text. You don't want to email or text. It can feel so impersonal. A phone call or a face-to-face. That speaks volumes to your friend. So that's another space in texting, phone calls to just be aware of and being a better friend. Okay, so as we move on to number 4, you want to look at just being fun, having fun, being a cheerleader for your friends. Plan fun things. This is an area I really need to grow in because I can tend to be a little bit of a passive friend. Friendships in my life have been more like I'm fine. I think it's because I have 2 sisters that are my best friends. Also that I kind of have a go-to girlfriends around me with my sisters that I don't always pursue. So being the one that plans things and recognizing when your friends are always doing the ones planning, you step up and plan something fun for them, or even just thoughtful. If you're not the best planner in the world, what are some thoughtful things that you can do? And then cheer each other on. Be each other's greatest cheerleader. So as you kind of move through this space of exploring the fun, you might do that really naturally with most of your friends. But if you don't and you're like me, this is a place for you to practice. So step number 5. don't get offended. This can be such a hard place. Don't get offended. Don't be easily offended. Let's say it that way. And if you do get offended, have a conversation. Talk to your friend about those things. Personally, this is like a mantra in my life. I work at being the hardest person to offend that I know. So that means when something happens that I am feeling a little like wonky about, I'm feeling a little bit like, what was that? Or what did that mean? Instead of just getting offended, I will process that by myself. And then if I'm not able to kind of work through that, I want to go back to my friend and say, hey, you said this and it sat a little funny with me. Can we talk about this? What did you mean by this? Are you having a hard time with me about something? Like, ask questions. That's a great place to not just stay in this place of offense. So, okay, let's move on to 6. Number 6, you want to share, be open, be vulnerable, not compare. I have also experienced this in a friendship where it seemed like, I remember our girls were little, and our girls were good friends and would hang out. I just remember this feeling that if she would share something, accomplishment that her daughter achieved, I would just, yay, that's awesome. I'm excited for you. But I remember learning in our friendship that I could not share accomplishments that my daughter made because it became a competition. If I said, my daughter got all A's, I'm so excited for her, she's been working so hard in this class and she achieved this, then she would say, oh, well, mine's in honors, then she got all A's in honor. Like, it would just be like this one up every time. So making sure that you are sharing, you're being vulnerable, you can really connect heart to heart with your friends, but that you don't bring comparison in, which that's such an easy competition or comparison can sound a lot alike in those spaces. And they're just not healthy for you. That's not cheering each other on. That's trying to make sure that you feel good about your life instead of caring about their life and what's happening with them. So my last point in becoming a better friend, number 7, might sound a little weird, but it's get rid of dead weight. And what I mean by that is sometimes we stay in a friendship, it's just not healthy for you, or it's so much hard work on your end, but you don't see them reciprocating and pouring back towards you. And so number 7, just look at those places. Maybe you need to move on from that friendship. It doesn't have to be a harsh thing or a mean thing. Maybe you just pull back a bit and you're not, getting together with them as often, or you're not trying as hard. You just let an ease be that the friendship is what it is, and you're not going to push it to be more than it is when the other person is not working at it as well. So those are your 7 steps for a better friendship, to be a better friend. If you relate with those, I shared a couple where I relate with those. Tell me what number you are. Tell me what number you want to strengthen in, or what number you have experienced the most from other friends around you. So this is a fun journey, getting better at our relationships. Life can be messy, but you don't have to be. If you need anything from me, StephKelsey.com. Have a great day.